Hello, everybody. My name is Teo. I come from Romania. I'm totally sorry I have to speak in English. Maybe next time we organize, I don't know, fuck up the rise, and I will speak German. Let's hope. Okay, so where do I come from? I don't know, maybe many of you haven't been to Romania. It's quite a nice country. Maybe you'll come and visit. Okay, this is the town where I come from. Actually, this is an asset of our town. Okay, it's actually called Nights Citadel. Nights in German means Deutsch, and the town also, which is like 10,000 people, you can put them all in the Promenaden. They will all fit there. It's actually translated. It's Nights. It's Deutsch Burg. Okay, so. This is actually the first time I'm telling my story in public. For me, it's kind of a sensible story because it has to do with my family, and it basically affected all that were involved in it. It's about a business that my father started in 2009. With a small fabric for producing pipes from plastic. Was quite a market at that time. And we also had at that moment other jobs, which made me get to the conclusion that it's better to stick to one business that you have and do it good, you know, not start several at the same time. The other Baustelle was in a town called Iași. We had to rebuild the trains, how do you call them? And it was not a good contract for us. At first, it was, of course, incredible. It was a lot of money, and the work was good. We were making an image. We were developing our company, but we didn't know actually what's coming. And I'm going to talk about this part of the business first. There was a huge company from Greece, which had, I don't know, 100 years history in construction and stuff like this. And they took a big contract from Romania. And how did they took it, actually? Okay, maybe my story will have some people from Romania or Greece arrested, but that was some time ago, okay? My father actually met with these guys from this company, you know? And they showed to my father like this. See here, I have 5,000 euros for the mayor, you know? So that was the thing. They got the contract easily, see? Just give money, you have a contract, you know? And yeah, they gave it to my father's company, to another company, and so on. So basically, the money went through their pockets, you know? And they could sort it out as they wanted, you know? We basically finished the project until September because kids had to use the trams and stuff like this to go to school. We respected the term, but when it came to have the other payment, it was like, I don't know, 100,000 euros or something like this. The company from Greece went bankrupt. Like after 100 years of history and construction with railways and I don't know, autobahns and stuff like this, they just went bankrupt, you know? But it wasn't only us who was affected. It was lots of small companies which were trying to develop, which were correct, which were paying their suppliers, and actually they were waiting for their give-in, right? For their money. Okay. This was one part of it. The other part was the fabric. It's quite strange because we actually started investing in 2008. We bought some machines. We actually started the production. At that time, we were actually buying the primary material, but we were very interested in buying the machines for recycling the materials, for making the primary, and so on. This is a full process. And the thing is, in 2009, when, I don't know, they announced a big recession or stuff like this, all the banks, especially in Romania, I don't know other countries, but went like, oh, we're not going to invest anymore because it's going to be a recession, you know? And what they did is actually they, they requested other guarantees for the project. So basically we were left with a debt for the bank, and we couldn't go to, I don't know, to make how do you call it, European funds, because Romania is quite of a hell of bureaucracy, and it's made so because you need to go to them and give them money, you know? You just go to them, you need, I don't know, a license for stuff like this, I don't know, for nature, or I don't know. And they just say, go to that amt, and from that amt they send you to the other one, and basically they're just telling you like, you know, you need to give us something. We actually had some stories regarding this point. I don't want anyone to be arrested. Again, I'm saying it. It's quite unnormal, but it's the truth. And so with the European funds, it's all finished. We couldn't be, of course, eligible. I think it's the right word, because we had this debt at the bank, which, of course, we had because they didn't want to support us to continue the business, to make money, to pay, you know, so they can make money and we can make money, right? And of course, we had some contracts with the public administrations, and the public administration actually, believe it or not, but they first paid the companies which invested in political parties, which financed political parties for making lobby for them, and so on. Okay, after this, there was a whole bunch of events that happened. For example, one tragic one was that my father's partner, my father's actually technician in the fabric, had a very bad accident, car accident, and he died after 2 weeks. So the machines were basically left unprotected, if we can say so. And after this, of course, with the banks, we ran out of money, so we had to put the company into, it was of course 1 year of reorganization, but we all know what that means. We just go to bankruptcy, right? And at this point, because of the stress and all the other shit that's been going on there, my mother and my father actually split. They had a divorce. My father left to Italy. My mother left to Italy, where she actually started from scratch herself at this point. And so here we are. A father making a heart attack after, it was like, after the divorce, like 3 weeks. I put myself in my brother's, I only have one brother, he's smaller than me, in my brother's skin, because he was 16 and he had to choose at that point, which he didn't actually wanted to do that. But yeah, let's pass this. And here we are, 3 men sitting at a table, totally fucked, you know, and yeah, talking to each other. And I don't know, we were talking and we were saying like, what's going to happen? What shall we do, you know? At that point, I left to Vienna, to one of my uncles there, and I worked in construction with him for like 3 months. I quit my college at that point. And I worked at my uncle's construction business. Then my father slowly starting recovering, if I can say so. And because he was correct with all of his suppliers and his partners, which were dead, of course. Bye-bye, friend. I'm close to you when you're good and when you're good, you know. And he actually finds support in very, very interesting guy. He was quite a powerful man in Romania, and he found the support for it. And we slowly started working our way up. We recovered some money that we had to take from some people, and we actually installed Holzfensterfabrik in Romania. It was a lot of work. I worked myself there at that point. We sold windows into Europe, of course, with my uncle's help at the moment, because he was in Vienna. But it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. Can't really explain how all this shit happened in 2009, like one after another. You know, it's like the snowball. When it goes, it just goes, and it's like it's big, and then it hits you like really hard. Of course, what this made me understand about this kind of situation is don't always, because maybe we made a mistake at that point. Maybe we thought, it's going to be the same, very nice, very beautiful. You know, life is like. But it's not like this. You always need to be very prepared for what's coming, because what's coming, it's not good. It's always the worst, always. You know? Yeah. Totally sorry. Say this. Okay, but it's the truth. You know, I can't lie to you. Okay, so as you can see, this is only a statistic, but it kind of shows that we started the business in the wrong year, okay? We should have waited one more year. I don't know. It's, I don't know. It just happened, you know? I think we're lucky. Okay. So as you can see, 2009 was actually, but it was because everybody was scared, you know? Like something's coming. Oh, what's coming? You know? And all of the people got scared, of course. And it was blockings at the creditors. And they can't continue their businesses, so the consume was lower, so the prices were higher after that, and so on. It's all just a process. Okay, and this, for example, is it's actually written in Romania, for those who understand. It's actually the absorption rate from the European funds. As you can see, we had in I don't know, growth from 2009, 2010, and so on. And why is this up? How do you call it? Percentage? Because from an extreme in Romania, they went to the other extreme. They're basically controlling everybody. You know, they're actually controlling everybody from the past every day. If you look at the news, they make like I don't know 10 arrests. You can't hear it anymore. You just shut down the TV from the past. You know. From the guys who were politically connected, who financed the political parties to have contracts and money and so on. We know how this goes, right? So if you can see me free here, that means, and telling this sad story, sorry, that means, yeah, you get the conclusion. Okay. This is the absorption rate, and if you make a comparison with Poland, which was, for example, in 2012, I've read on the internet, it was 130%. Yeah. So it's kind of, you know, from 40% to, yeah. Okay. This is the new fabric that we have in Romania. It's not very big, but we have all the machines for producing the windows and so on. The business is going good. And this one, this is my new team actually, that I have here in Leipzig. But I will require questions at this point, okay? Okay,
Thanks
a
Teo.
lot.